Camp Rushmore. Learn more right after this.
Hi, may I please have an application? Thank you.
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
Okay.
Take that first step towards a better future. Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
Welcome to Community Watch. Greg.
Doug,
Hey.
how you doing, brother?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm here. I'm excited. I'm kind of low key right now, because we got a lot of stuff we're going to discuss. And, when it comes to youth, I get very excited. So I got to keep myself kind of calm.
Well, it's not just that, but there's an athletic thing going on with the show today too, right?
And not only the athletic, but we NFL former players.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
It's not like we get them every day on the show.
But you were a football guy, right?
Yeah, but you can't say that when you're talking about an NFL player. It doesn't. It's not the same, So, yeah.
So we're going to talk about a summer program,
Summer camp,
and talk about maybe NFL aspirations, and I will try to ask questions that are not too ridiculously stupid. But you
well,
can,
you did
you'll
say
help
you
me.
would try.
I'll
said
try.
you'd try.
No promise. No promise. This is going to be a really good show. You do not want to miss it. We're going to be joined by Marcus Dixon right after this break. Do not go away.
The average text takes your eyes off the road for nearly 5 seconds.
Welcome back to Community Watch. We're very happy to have with us today Marcus Dixon. Welcome to the show.
I appreciate you having me.
I'm glad you finally made it here. It's probably it's our fault, probably.
It's our fault.
It's our fault.
Forgive us. Forgive us.
Yeah.
Forgive me. Forgive.
I know you are here to talk about a program that you have coming up pretty soon. But for folks like myself who don't know a whole lot, tell us a little bit about your history with professional football.
Okay. Well, of course, y'all know I'm from here, born and raised right here in Rome, Georgia. Went to Pepper High School. Went on to Hampton University.
HBCU.
You know it.
Morehouse, but I ain't gonna hold that against you. It's in the family. I ain't gonna hold it against you.
It's all good. It's all good. And then 2008, I was blessed with the opportunity to play for the Cowboys, and it was always my favorite team since I was a little kid. And went out there, spent 2 years on the practice squad, moved on to the New York Jets, played 3 years there, and went from there to the Chiefs, and then finished up with the Titans. Then I did a month in Canada too, CFL, with the BC Lions.
After all that?
After all that, 2014. I was released the last day cuts, Tennessee Titans 2014. Went on up to BC Lions in Vancouver.
Yeah.
Beautiful place. Beautiful place.
Yeah, I've actually been there.
I know you do
It's
the
a
hiking in
beautiful place.
the whole thing,
Yeah.
and then with the bears and all you had.
So I know that you, and I'm gather that a lot of your the purpose for your camp is to talk to young men who have those dreams.
Or is it? Because I don't know what it is.
Well, maybe we need to
Yeah,
find
what
that
is
out
Camp
first.
Rushmore? Yeah.
Tell us about that.
Well, Camp Rushmore, it's the whole logo about Mount Rushmore. So, you know, we have our founding fathers. So the whole camp, if you see the logo, it's a logo with helmets on top of the mountain. But we wanted to build it to where it's going to be Camp Rushmore Kids. It's going to be the foundation coming soon. But it's a whole purpose of a guy climbing this mountain, striving for your goals. So at the end of the camp, the whole point is, are you going to make that climb? Did you make that climb towards your individual goals? Scholarship, career, NFL, MLB, whatever it may be, you have a goal that you're trying to reach. You're trying to climb that mountain every single day. So that's the whole point of the camp. It's going to be a tough camp. It's not going to be a camp cupcake. But when you're done with it, I've made that climb. I've made myself better for these 4 days. That's the whole mindset of this camp.
So really, it's just one possible aspect would be athletic-related dreams. It could be goals in other areas.
In other areas. Anything you want to do, I believe, it don't matter if you want to be a professional player, you want to be a professional businessman, anything you want to be successful in, it's going to take hard work. It all has the same foundation. Hard work, commitment, dedication to whatever you want to do. Faith, which I'm big on. My whole camp is about faith, family, football. That was always my motto when I played. Faith, family, football. Anything you want to be successful in life, it falls back on all of that, no matter what it is.
And so we know the Camp Rushmore is going to be from July the 5th through the 8th. So is there a limit to how many kids will be participating? Is there an application process?
Yes, the early registration started May 16th and it ends May 27th. And there are limited spots. We want to try to keep it around 100. But if there's more, hey, let's go to work. But early registration does stop on the 27th of this month, and it's $40, 4 days. That includes a free T-shirt, prizes, lunch, and snacks. First 3 days is going to be very competitive, very drill-oriented. It's going to be really tough. Then Friday, I want to try to do like a combine atmosphere, especially for those high school kids.
So what are the ages?
Ages are 8 to 18.
8 to 18. Okay.
But at the same time, we're not, turning away from 6, 7-year-olds that's willing to do the work. Because these days, you got 6, 7-year-olds that's more advanced than some of my 10-year-olds. So
we know.
Yeah, I think we even got a 4-year-old that's going to be out there.
Okay.
But
so now, what's the location?
Location is going to be at Rome Throwers Field. It's a Riverside Parkway.
Okay.
It's right across that big field, right across from the Ridge Ferry Park. So it's going to be big open space, and we're going to get out there and.
So the parents have a clear understanding. So you're talking about, I'm not a boot camp, but you're talking about a physical. I guess I'm picturing a physical trying camp that you're out there, I guess, completing different drills and participating in different challenges that is designed to really push you physically, I guess, to a level beyond your comfort zone, so that you kind of get into that understanding that it's going to take hard work, dedication, and beyond just, I'm out here just playing pickup basketball. It's going to be really designed to stretch kids. I mean, just stretch them physically so that they understand this is the kind of things you have to deal with.
Yes, definitely going to stress the whole thing physically, mentally, very structured. When I went to the NFL, everything was set down to the T. It'd be from 103 to 105 is a water break. So it's going to be very structured. We're going to go about it. Everything's on a whistle. We're going to go from station to station. We're going to run from station to station. We're going to break for exactly 1 minute or 2 minutes for a water break. But it's just teaching them structure. That way you're not knowing, like, oh, I'm going to go ahead and just play pickup ball. I'm going to go here when I want to go here. No, you're going to be here at this time, ready to go at this time. Just the same way you should be in life. I'm going to go to this business meeting. I'm going to be here at this time, ready to do this meeting. It's the same thing.
That's a challenge.
Yeah, we struggle with that with college students. Yeah. You know the meeting was at. So I'm curious. So what brought about this? What I'm assuming it came as your idea, but what brought this came to light for you?
Well, honestly, I had a camp for 4 years when I was with the Cowboys in Fort Worth, Texas. It was Marcus Dixon football camp. great camp. Started the same way we started this year, on the field, open field. Second year we stayed there. Next 2 years we was on actually at a stadium, and it turned into a football/cheerleading camp. So I had the camp for the players, and I had the cheerleading camp for the young ladies. But it started then, and I feel like I've been blessed to play this game that I love so much. I have so much passion for. Why not give it back to the youth? And now I'm retired. I'm here more. Why don't I come back and give it back to my hometown where I learned how to play the game, how to love the game? And this is not something I'm doing, oh, we're just going to do it this year. This is something I want to go that when I'm dead and gone and left this world, Camp Rushmore is still going on, to where eventually we got scouts that's looking for kids out of Camp Rushmore. We got kids getting scholarships out of Camp Rushmore. That's my whole mindset.
So you have a long-term vision.
Yes.
For Camp Rushmore.
I have a long-term vision. I want to have it to where, like, you know, other cities want, hey, can you bring Camp Rushmore here? Yeah, we'll do that. It's all about the kids. You want to reach everybody.
You know, one thing that always amazes me is that when you have professional athletes or people who have played at that level, the importance of them being visible and accessible to young kids who want to get to that level. Because if you have a coach, you know, you can have a great high school coach who played at college or whatever, but still at that next level, it's different. College is not the pros. And so having a person who actually made it through that gauntlet to be in the pros, I think it's a world of difference to be able to come back to kids and say, okay, this is what it takes. Okay, this is what it took in college, but this is what it took for me to get to the NFL. And I want to give you a little bit of that so you will have an understanding, because I think a lot of kids naturally who are gifted or good athletes don't necessarily always have the best work ethic because they're good naturally, you know, but that true work ethic that you have to keep going up the ladder, I think sometimes they lose that because they don't have someone saying, hey, you're not there yet. You know, you're good, but you're not there yet. So you coming back and saying, look, I've played at this game at the highest level. Now I'm willing to give some of this back. I think is important, because as much as we can go teach kickball, but I don't know what it takes to make it in the NFL.
You're closer than I am with that. So.
But that ain't close.
No. Well, let me ask, because as magnificent a motivator and coach as you will be, I'm sure, with your program, there are going to be some guys that you work with that will not make it to that level. Mm-hmm. What are the benefits of going through your camp, regardless of whether they make it that high up or not? I mean, how will it help them just generally?
Well, like I said, this camp is, yes, we want to, develop athletes, but at the same time, we want to develop that mindset that whatever you're trying to do in life, it's going to take hard work. That's why I told you this camp is not going to be a camp cupcake. It's going to be a tough camp to where you go home that day, you're going to be thinking like, man, do I want to go back? But when you wake up that next morning and you show up on time, ready to go again, you accomplish something. You're going to come again on Wednesday. It's going to be even harder. Oh, God, dude, am I going to make it through? Do I want to go back? You wake up Thursday morning, you come out there and work even harder. You've accomplished something. And that's prepare you for life. And when you're going through life outside of sports, whatever it is, going to class, college ain't easy. Mm-hmm. That 8 o'clock class ain't easy to get to. But the thing is, you wake up and you go to that class. I've been through this. I've been through hard work. I can go and go that next day, get to that class. I know I have a goal set for my life. And for me to accomplish that goal, I have to put this hard work in. I got to wake up every single morning with the mindset, I'm going to get it done today. Yeah.
So really we're talking about character development. More than anything else, is that, because as you said, most kids who want to play professional sports are never going to play, but developing that character and that will to be successful is universal no matter what you're doing in life.
Well, we're coming up on our first break. We will be back with a lot more discussion. Do not go away.
My college offers classes to meet my educational and career goals.
With opportunities outside of the classroom,
where the faculty know me by name.
My college can prepare me for my career.
I can earn an associate's degree and transfer credits toward my bachelor's.
My college is a top military-friendly college.
My college is affordable.
It's close to home.
My college is a state college within the University System of Georgia.
It's where excellence begins.
We are.
We are.
We are.
We are GHC, Georgia Highlands College.
Welcome back to Community Watch. We're talking with Marcus Dixon about his Camp Rushmore, which is coming up in July 5th through the 8th. That teaches really a lot more than athletic skill, and is apparently going to ask a great deal of the participants in that camp. And a broad age range again?
8 to 18.
8 to 18.
Yes.
8 to 18.
So I'm assuming that there'll be divided up, I guess, in groups or something.
Yes.
Different groups.
Yes. So it's the thing is like 3rd to 12th grade. So more than likely we have just if we want to go grade wise. So we have 3rd, 4th grade possibly together, 5th to 6th grade together, middle school, and then we have a high school group. And we might break them to 9th and 10th grade, 11th and 12th grade, because you want to keep it fair. But we might have some kids that's 8 that can go compete with the 9 and 10 or whatnot. And we don't want to have them in a group to where like, oh man, I'm just beasting this whole group.
You're dominating the group.
No, because that's not the whole mindset. The whole thing is like, I'm trying to get better. Let me go somewhere where I'm out my comfort zone and compete against other people. It's only gonna make you better.
I can't imagine having that many at a camp, intensive camp like this. You're going to have a lot of help.
Yes.
So have you got all that lined up?
We're definitely working on that right now. We have a lot of sponsors that's been given, and we have a few scholarships that's available out to the kids that can't afford it. Because I hate to tell a kid, you can't come. That's just not in. I can't do it. So, I mean, we need help. I'm not going to sit there and like we can do it on our own. We definitely need help. We need volunteers to come out there and help with just snacks, registration, watching the kid. Because at the end of the day, it's about the kid's safety too. So we definitely need volunteers. If anybody out there that wants to come help, I mean, we would greatly appreciate the help. I have a few coaches already that's coming in town. Have Curtis Johnson that played for the Colts and the Cowboys. Have Nevin McCaskill, he did about 6 years in the NFL. I have Eric Taylor, paid for the Pittsburgh Steelers, played in the CFL with the BC Lions. I have Corey Pitts, which is my trainer since I was been in the NFL. He's gonna come out there and handle the strength and conditioning thing.
Oh, see, now you have a weak link.
Don't talk about my boy Corey like that. But we have a few coaches that has the experience too. So it's not just gonna be a camp we just throwing together and getting somebody to come out there and just watch kids. It's gonna be coaches that's really teaching the game and from what they learn, different positions. So I'm so excited about this camp. But we definitely need some help because we're looking for a lot of kids, and we can't be out there with 6 people trying to monitor 100 kids. And that's just keeping it real.
You talk about when you talk about the hard work, and you say it's not a camp cupcake. I think what I like about the concept is I think sometimes I have this discussion with my wife is that we as parents, and I think part of our society now, we try to avoid, or we try to our kids, we want to help our kids avoid struggle. We don't want them to struggle anymore. We want to remove all these barriers for them because we know what we went through. But then when they become 17, 18, and they really haven't learned how to deal with struggle, and we see this with the college kids, they've been, I want to say baby, but they really haven't been stretched and battle proven, so that when they do face adversity in life, they really can't handle it. And so the concept of having a camp and starting at a younger age, of getting kids in that mindset to keep pushing and keep going even when you don't want to, I think that it's something that is needed universally, because we deal with a lot of students that they really struggle with adversity, and having, like you said, just having the mindset, well, let me get up and be prepared the next day, even though my body is hurting. I don't want to do this, but I know I have to do it to be successful. So that is really appealing, that we can start teaching young people to embrace struggle, embrace difficulty, so that they can develop and mature into young men who can deal with adversity in life. Because at the end of the day, I don't care what you do for a profession, if you can't deal with adversity, we know what that leads to. So that's really appealing that you're coming with that kind of, let's transform the mindset of these young students.
Oh yeah, appreciate that.
You know, you mentioned that this kind of hard work and discipline is going to reflect on other areas of life, including lives as students, you know, being better students. And I know whether it's a fair representation or not, the kind of standard stereotype of the college athlete is someone that's not especially grade oriented, that is only interested in the game, and is often depending on the institution, not pushed academically. Is that, in your experience, a correct representation, or have you seen more examples of the kind of disciplined scholar athlete that is good both on the field and in the classroom?
What the hell, man?
Yeah. So
I still want an answer. Come on.
My take on that, I think it really depends on the program, and I can speak on the program I went through in college with Coach Joe Taylor. This was psychology major, toughest guy. I went from Honeycutt and I went to him, and his program was set on, if you're gonna come and be a student athlete first, you can go in and scratch the athlete part out the way. You're gonna be a student first. When you come to this program, you're going to be a student first. I mean, it went to the point to where on every Wednesday, we had to represent ourselves as, to take away that mindset, oh, this is an athlete, oh, he on scholarship. Every Wednesday, we had to wear shirt and tie, going to class, just to let people that see us, like, okay, these are guys that's in college and they're trying to better themselves as well. They're trying to get a degree. And that's how he set the program. Grades were always checked. We had tutoring programs that was 2 or 3 times a week. And it was just that mindset he put into the kids.
Yeah.
I mean, even had transfer students that was at the bigger schools that might have just thought about, oh, let me just play football or whatnot, and come here and thinking, oh, I'm gonna get away, I'm good, I ain't got to do nothing. Oh no, Coach Taylor smacked that in the mouth real quick. You're gonna get these grades or you won't be here.
Yeah. So at least in your experience, the scholarship was foremost important.
It was the most important.
Yeah.
We went to Hampton, went to HBCU.
Most important.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
HBCU play a purpose. I'm just gonna hush.
That's all good. HBCU, baby.
Well,
but you're right, because let's be honest, we do know. I think it has changed a lot since the. I can't even think the guy's name that used to play for the Reds, Dexter Manley days. It's changed a lot, but we still know that if you a D1 prospect, you know there may be opportunities for you to advance in classes that you truly don't deserve. But I do think that's how this right here, camps like this, that you teach kids early, because if you really have the right mindset, you're not going to want to be passed when you really didn't earn it, because you know, how does this help me along the road? And I think we have to change that. And I think we have to change that by camps like this where we present student athlete. You are a student first, and that hard work and dedication. But you're absolutely right. We have because we've dealt with students who I still get kids to say, I want to play in the NFL, but you're not even playing high school football. And you fail in everything now, and you talking about you want to be in the NFL.
Right.
So, so clearly we still have a long way to go with that mindset.
Well, I appreciate that you are stressing that, and that your camp is talking about the whole person and not just the athlete. And I think that's that makes all the difference. Makes all the difference.
Thank you.
So we haven't mentioned, I don't think, the best way to connect with you if somebody is interested or has a child, a relative, or neighbor that they think might be a good candidate for this camp.
Okay. Well, it's pretty simple. It's www.facebook.com/Marcus Dixon, MARCUS, Dixon, DIXON, Camp Rushmore.
Okay.
You go there. There's a link to register. There's a link to pay. You can pay with PayPal, or you can set up meeting places to pay, and or cash or check in person. But yeah, that's Marcus Dixon, Camp Rushmore
on Facebook.
On
Facebook.com.
Okay. And you're already partway through the sign-up period
for the early registration. Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean.
And that goes for sponsors too. If sponsors want to sponsor some kids, I mean, it would be greatly appreciated.
Now, do you see this as a annual experience? Is this going to be an every year thing?
It's going to be every year thing. I want this to go on to what I'm gone and I've left this world. Camp Rushmore is a significant camp here in Rome, Georgia, and possibly moving to other places, Northwest Georgia. But it's going on every single year. I want kids to get out of, when they leave their grade, they finish their school year. All right, what's next for you? I know one thing, I'm going to Camp Rushmore in July.
Well, let's don't get carried away. I'm going to foundation camp. And then at the foundation camp, I'm going to Camp Rushmore.
My bad. Yeah, there you go. I got two camps to go to when I get out of school. Yeah, you're right.
But it is great, and I'm excited, and I wish you the best of luck because foundation camp, this will be our 11th year. Awesome. In our first year, we had 25 kids for 1 week, and now we do over 100 kids for 2 weeks.
That's awesome.
So it has grown. So just doing it every year, and when you have a quality program, people will support it. So I wish you the best of luck, and I'm quite sure to be very successful.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, we will be coming up on our next break in a minute. When we come back, we will remind you about how to connect to the Camp Rushmore, and get more information about it. So if you didn't get that information, we will give it to you shortly. Stay with us. Welcome back to Community Watch. We've been talking with Marcus Dixon, who has a camp coming up in July, Camp Rushmore, July 5th through the 8th. Is that correct?
That's correct.
It is $40, and if you are interested, or if you have someone that you think might be interested in this camp, where do they go?
You go to www.facebook.com/Marcus Dixon Camp Rushmore.
All right, now you have it. Thank you for being with us, and thank you for being with us. We'll see you next time on Community Watch.